Hi, hello. Uh, Jen Kim here, and I have thought of something that I think we all need to think about. I'm talking to on this. I'm talking to any man or woman, be it young, be it you're at your 40s, 30s, the single mothers, the single fathers, the widows, the young men at their 20s, 25 and above, those who are willing or who are in the load of wanting to get married, or you want to try out marriage for the second time. And I want you to we as counselors will give you, and therapists, we will give you ideas on how to know the one, the things to look for, the characters, all those details. We will give them to you because we have led them. We have taken our time to reading and study, and some of us we speak even through experience. While dating, this is what to look for, and all those stuffs. We are going to give them to you, but this is what we will not give you. In all this, is God in it? Have you recognized the presence of God in this union before it happens? Is this God's will? Is this the woman or the man that God is willing? It's the will of God for me to be with her. This is the question. Every woman, every man, you need to seriously think about. That woman you're dating, that man you're dating, how many times have you, the two of you, sat together to discuss God? Like how many times have you sat together to discuss God? To have a conversation about God? And I'm not talking about, I'm not saying like in Christianity. No. Even in our Muslim. How many times do you talk about Allah? How many times do you pray together? Do you even pray together? Do you ever pray together? Do you pray for that relationship? Do you? This is the question you need to ask yourself. Is God in this? Before we go to the pastor and he ordained kuwekelea mikono and bless us and says, let what God has put together, let no man separate. Was there God present? Is he really there? Ama ni pastor tu anasema, just because he believes in God and you believe in God. Is he there? Because this is what is happening. This is what I think, this is the only answer I can give to this drama of marriages not working and all this and all these stuff. I saw somebody saying, and I was discussing this with my friend yesterday, the first wife is always God chosen. Na wengine wanasema nobody should separate those God have joined together. The question I want for you you are suffering, you are going through stuff in your marriage, try to remember Mungu alikuwa katika hii kitu. And don't say, oh, we have had children, we have done this. Hey. Kupata mtoto ni less than 5 minutes. Kupata mimba. And because you have you have done sex. Hapo hakuna ati ni Mungu alifanya. You made love, and there's going to be a baby. Mtoto atakuja. Because some of these marriages, naona mkisema sijui first wife sijui nini, zingine zilikuwa alipata mimba wakaanza ndoa. The man had no choice, as in let's start marriage. Wengine hata wamefika bahali kumeenda ratio and all those, as in steps, but there was somebody who had an agenda between the two. Huyu alikuwa maybe, let's say for example, already she was willing to go to any strength to get married to this guy because of maybe his status and everything. The same thing can happen to the guy. He was willing to go to any strength to get that woman. And you know, those most men who do that is those men who marry a trophy wife. A trophy wife is a woman who is being kept somewhere, like for everybody to see. This is my wife. Was that the agenda? Was it God's plan? Was he there in the union? Did you guys pray? I love the culture of Muslim. I don't know if it's all of them, but when the guy tells, I have lived with them, so I remember the mother explaining to me. The guy, he will come and say, Mom, I want this kind of a woman. I want this kind of shape. Nimnono, nimkonde. And probably from this kind of a family. Because he can remember when they were young, anaweza kubuka. When they were young, he can remember. But there is a certain level they reach, as in you can no longer see them. So, and the mother, obviously, she has somebody in mind. But the description of the son matters also. And then she will go. The mother will go to the other family, and they will talk. Then they will. I don't know if it is after the meeting, when they meet. Then they will go back, and for 40 days they will be praying. I don't know if there's meeting. I don't quite remember the story. But they will meet. There are 40 days of prayers, praying for it. Then there is the engagement and blah 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 blah. You see, those people are recognizing God, the will of God. I don't care whatever else you have heard about the Muslim and everything, but this part touches my heart. They have, for 40 days, they have recognized God. For them to know, are you in this? Have you taken even one day, one, in that relationship, to recognize God? If you don't, you will continue to suffer and to tell stories. This will be like, it will be a premiere, as in it will be seasonal. Itakuwa ikijirudia. So in that relationship you're in, please stop everything. Stop the plans. Stop the wedding plans. Stop with all those. Muhubiri, you know, you can be going to a church, na muhubiri, that church has not had a wedding for a year. The pastor will go through with it. Hata Mungu akimuongelesha, he will not say anything, because the truth is you will not even listen. Wengine mamako amekuambia no way. There is no way you are marrying that guy. There is no way. But because of the anger, you are in love. You are in love. You are head over heels over this guy. Because of all this, you don't get the time to sit with your mother or your father or your sister or your bestie or these people who are talking bad things about your fiancé or the man you want to marry or the wife you want to marry. You don't get, yani shetani anakusurround na mambo mingi. You don't get the time to sit back and go and have a conversation with your mom or your parents and ask, Mom, can you give me the reason as to why? No matter how stupid the reasons are, listen very carefully. Listen to them very carefully. Then ukisikiza, go and have a conversation with your Father in heaven and tell him, you know what, this is what is happening. Can you tell me, what do I do? What do I do about this? Please. Men and women, in whatever you believe in, have a conversation. Jiondoe mapenzi. I know it's you will feel you're on top of this world and you don't, nothing else matters. You wake up in the morning, it's her, it is him, the love of your life, blah 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 blah. Can she play? Can you? That is the only marriage that will stick. No matter what happens, he will have said yes. Let him give you the conversation, the confirmation. God is still talking to us through dreams, through visions. He will do it for you. But as long as you do the kadabra alafu muende kwa hiyo hata mfuchikanisho sijui na bishop mgani. And some of you don't even have faith. You're taking the most, the bishops, and that's why some of these marriages zenye hata zinashikanishwa kwa kanisa zinaharibika, na ndoa za huko nje zina succeed. Because even some of you don't have faith. When you are tired of staying kwa youth, you want to go to the next level because your age mate are saying so. Because your age mate, all of them are gone. Na sasa wewe unataka kujoin. And then you prepare all these dramas, the wedding and all this spending money. After 6 months, you cannot even have a kwanza honeymoon. Wacha tusiende sana. Honeymoon mmekosana. Let God intervene in your marriage. Let me tell you something. And I always tell women, this thing of praying, this prayerful women, I love it. It's okay to be a prayerful woman. But if you're married, there's no way you can be praying to get alone from January to January. You are in marriage and you never involve your husband or even your children. You wake up in the middle of the night at 3. Unaenda kwa sitting. Huko ni kuomba. Wengine hata wanaamka. Ni venye umeomba. Unaamsha mpaka neighbors. And none of your family members knows what you're saying. Hakuna mtu anajua unasema nini ama unaombea nini. Wanasikia tu. By the way, we are talking about the Holy Spirit. Speaking in tongues. If there is nobody who can interpret what you're saying, please stop it. Especially, do it alone. Especially when you are around people. Wakati uko karibu na watu who don't understand, they will think you're mad. They will think you are going crazy because they don't understand. They said make sure there is somebody to interpret. Wewe hapana kuamka usiku na unaanza kuongea na nini? Speaking in tongues. And nobody can even interpret. Unless you can interpret. Speak it if you can interpret. I get it, it's a gift. That is not my point. Mimi sio. Siko hapo, niko hapa. Stop praying alone. Acha kuomba ukiwa peke yako. In the morning, sitaki kujua kama ni mrevi ama anafanyanga nini, muite. Hold his hands. He's your husband. Bless him. Omba akisikia. Watoto wako in the morning, hold their hands. Omba wakisikia. Let them hear what you are telling God. They will admire that God. They will want. It's as simple as that. My dear sisters, my dear brothers, seek thy kingdom first for that marriage to work, for that relationship to work, for that business to work. If you don't have a conversation with him, hey, see, he's your father. Have a sit down with him. This is what I want to do. Can we talk? Let him become your friend. Let him become your friend. And when you do this, trust me, things will be amazing in your marriage. You will live, you will celebrate. It works. Hey, it works. Because I don't understand how you can trust God. You can be trusting the process when you're dating and you're having, you are agreeing with God. You are waiting, because with God you have to be somebody who is very patient. You are waiting. Then at the end of the day, Mungu akupe mtu mtaanza kusubuana. Mtu ataanza kurukaruka na huku nje, left and right. No. The family that prays together stays together, and it's genuine prayers, it's genuine love. Let us involve God in it. Let us bring God in it. Let him confirm. Na usiambie ni mtu niliota, hiyo ujinga. Wewe enda ulale. Hata wewe wote. Hiyo ndoto itakuja. Before you move in to go to Rorashio and all those stuffs. Unaona wengine mlikuwa mnaenda Rorashio, an accident happens. There are fights, there are conflicts, even in church. Harusi unaona mambo ingine haiendi vizuri, and you are like sasa wewe ukiona hiyo mambo inafanyika, for those who are prayerful women and men, you go unaanza kukomesha shetani, ndiye anataka hataki you succeed. Sometimes it's not the devil. There are signs of Goja. Anyaga Blakes. And for those who have been in marriage, they can tell you, they saw the signs. They saw the red flags. But due to mapenzi, waka-ignore. Due to money, whatever was driving them, they ignored. And now they are here on social media, akituambia sijui nini na mambo ya single na ukubafu wote. Wewe tell the people the truth. And to those people who always they break up and they are the first one to run in the media, unaanza kuchafua jina ya mwanaume, unaanza kuchafua jina ya mwanamke mmezaa na yeye watoto, amekuzalia watoto 10 ama 5, and you start rubbishing. Ukisema alikuwa ananifanya. Wewe ulikuwa unafanya nini? To every woman out there giving testimonies, for every man out there giving testimonies for what you have been through, I want to ask you, what did you do? If you didn't do anything before you became the wife, what did you see? What did you hear and you ignored? Tell people the truth. I saw the red flags, but I ignored. This was my intention, but I ignored. There's something you did. Hakuna doa inaharibiwa na mtu mmoja. It's the two of you, and I always say this. It is the two of you. Ati huyu tu ndiye anafanya mambo. Nyinyi wawili. And that interview, by the way, those interviews should be, these interviews are just for people making money. Wewe unaenda kushafua jina ya bibi yako. Let's say, okay, si bibi ni ex, lakini amekuzalia watoto. unaenda kuichafua kwa media. Ukisema venye alikuwa anakaa bla 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 upusi tu. Wewe ukiwa mama unaenda kuchafua jina ya baba ya watoto wako. Na unajua ni yeye amebeba nini? The blessing. The father blessing. Anaenda kumwanika hapo. Kulikuwa hapo. Si tuambie venye kulikuwa. You can always remember when it started. So before it started, what do you think happened? What do you think you did? Anyway, the only thing that will make your marriage work, the only thing that will make your family to succeed, your children and your generation, is when you put God in front. Na wewe na bwanako mkue hapa kwa line ya kwanza, the first line. God is in front of you, na nyinyi mko hapa mshikane mikono. By the way, he doesn't have to be a pastor. He doesn't have to be ati yeye anaenda kuhubiri. These men, they believe in God. That woman, unaona kama anakaa ngumu, mwambie muombe. That power itamshusha chini. Just try. Just try. Mungu anasema simunijaribu. Just try. Mjaribu tu. Hata huyo mtoto unaona anaenda segere mrege. Anatoka kwa nyumba anaenda kukunywa. Sio anatoka kwa nyumba anafanya nini? Shike mkono every morning. Don't get tired. Hold that child's hand. Ni masaa ya kuomba. We're going to pray. And it's going to work. Prayers work. Lakini sio maombi ya upusi. Especially, and I'm saying this because women, you have been doing this for the longest time. Nyinyi kazi yenu ni kwenda kwa maombi, ni kwenda kwa maushirika, but nobody knows what you're doing. Involve them. Hata mkihubiriwa the sermon, come home and talk about it. Gossip about God kidogo with your family members, and you see God. You see God. Okay? And now, I remember there's somebody who argued like there is this thing called person. Si ni Mungu tu amesema when two people are joined together they become one. So personal inakuja wapi? Imetoka wapi personal? When two people are joined together they become one. So personal imekujia wapi? Oh, nice one.